Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Mick Alphany. So let's begin here on U.Dot today. This article is titled, XRP Holders Lawyer on What is Needed to Fight the SEC. Well, I'll tell you what's needed. A lot of money and resolve to fight. Unfortunately, and we're going to get into the article, unfortunately, a lot of these companies are weak. They don't have a backbone. They're used to bowing down to authority. They've been mentally conditioned throughout their life to bow down to authority. And so they do. And so they either go out of business or because they have to pay a massive fine, which by the time they spend all that capital to pay the fine, they're out of business. It's over with and done for them. Or they have to pay the fine and they're so scared and shook in their boots that they have to stop other offerings that the SEC didn't even say to stop. They just stop all those other offerings and then they're rendered just a normal company after that. All the advantages that they had are gone of the technology. But hey, no, that's what it would take. Some backbone and some capital. And if they didn't have the capital, they could come together, but they're not going to come together because once again, conditioning in the minds of the people and greed make them fight each other all the time. They'd rather argue on the internet. You see all these CEOs and COOs of blockchains going at each other. Right. And that's getting you where? It's the same thing with people on the ground. They fight and they argue. It's getting them where? Nowhere. Right. But let's read this little tidbit here. Pro crypto lawyer and legal representative for XRP holders John Deaton has called on the crypto community to unite in the face of the regulatory threat unleashed by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. It is time for the crypto community to think outside the box and get organized. It's been time, sir. A long time. People should have been doing that. The XRP community did it. The XLM community did it. But outside of that, I mean, it's been all out war on each other, right? The tribalism is a problem. Greed is a problem. Mine is better than yours. It's the whole Sega versus Nintendo thing. This person owns Sega, so it's the best. That person owns Nintendo, that's the best. I remember living through that when I was younger. And I'm just in the middle, like, hey, while you were arguing, can I play Sega and Nintendo? I'll play both, But it's like that, unfortunately. And it's getting to a point I almost feel like it's too late for them to come together. The SEC has already barked on and put their foot on the necks of so many different companies, and they've done it to the big companies first. Why? Because they know if they can do it to the big companies, they can do it to the smaller companies. And yet these people it's like they don't have that strategy in mind. They don't have that warrior spirit to see that they were in a fight. They just get in the locker. They don't have that heart to punch the bully in the mouth, so to speak, metaphorically speaking. No, they just get in the locker. And the SEC is putting them in the locker. And I understand. I hate to see it as well. But they have to stand up for themselves. We'll see if they heed your call, sir. They haven't taken heed to anyone else's call. And many of us have been calling for that for a long time. Check the videos. So as an example, he cites the opportunity for all companies touched by the regulator's baton to meet, share ideas, and develop coordinated strategies. So we'll keep an eye on this. We'll see if they actually do this. I doubt it. And I think 99% of companies are going away. They're going to be eradicated. The Bankcoin companies will still be around. They stuck together. I'll say that. Stellar, XRP, they don't have to say it. They're all fighting at the same time. Different regulatory bodies. They sat on the panels together. Who was it? Ripple, Stellar, Algorand. They were on those government panels back when it was hard, when the fight was really raging. And they let their voices be heard and felt and guaranteed. That's still going on behind the scenes. Guaranteed. This is why they curried respect from those same enemies. The enemy respected them because they fought. They stood up when everybody else was quiet. And that's another reason why I personally believe why they're winning right now. They're able to make so much progress, close so many deals. Just my humble opinion. Let's move on here to another article. So this is from xrpl.org and it's titled Developer Reflections BEI API. This is about AI, artificial intelligence. This week on Developer Reflections, we're proud to highlight BEI API, an infrastructure app built using Rippled. Blockchain Ecosystem Intelligence, BEI, provides AI-powered, behavior-based intelligence that connects cryptocurrency wallets and transactions to real-world entities, enabling business to remain AML compliant. So there you have it, folks. They said this a long time ago that there will be AI utilized in conjunction with the XRPL. I think even before that, I was telling people that both AI will be used in conjunction with quantum computing. Remember that way back in the beginning of the channel, we used to talk about things like that. And if you remember the video, I was telling people my concerns about artificial intelligence. It remains the same to this day. Do you see how advanced ChatGPT is? And yet its learning capabilities was cut off at a point. Can you imagine if it was able to learn at a geometric rate ongoing? I don't think people understand what has been unleashed. Then it's just a matter of time. But before there is an inexorable AI program. We'll see. We'll see. But anyway, the XRPL becomes stronger once again. Top of the top, best of the best, right? So now let's move on here. A little bit of stellar news. Stronghold has this article here on stronghold.co is titled Startup Essentials, 3 Factors to Consider When Selecting a Payment Processor. Stellar. Sorry, when I say Stronghold, I always think stellar, so I said stellar. Stronghold is going after the small businesses. Smart move. Very smart move. There's going to be a scramble, everyone. Now, there's another scramble that's going to coincide with the small businesses because there's another sector. But I made a members only video on that one. There's another sector that's not prepared either. They're very, very unwise. They don't see the writing on the wall and their toes are going to get stepped on by the central banks. But let's concentrate on the small businesses here. The small businesses have been out of the loop so far because of a lack of regulatory clarity, or the small businesses will have gobbled up Stronghold, Stellar. Stellar outright will dominate when there's regulatory clarity. In my humble opinion, they're going to go berserk. Why would they not? This is too easy to close deals at this point. Why? Why is it too easy to close deals at this point? Because the small businesses are in a state of desperation. They have to survive. They have to compete. The economies are hard on them. So many small businesses had to close. And then the people that the customers they're trying to bring in, the customers are getting tighter and tighter with their money, with the monies, because the economies are bad. It's terrible out there, folks, in a lot of areas. When I speak, I'm talking about in a global way. So they're desperate. You know how easy it is to make a deal with a desperate company? When there's regulatory clarity, that money will flow. Listen. There's no guarantees, but I'm telling you, I feel this way strongly. They need a way to save capital. They need a way to send money back and forth with ease, instantly. They need traceability like you wouldn't believe. They need traceability on 2 levels. There's a macro level, you're shipping things internationally. How long has it been there? How long has it been in your factory? When is it coming over here? When was it produced? They need all of that. They need to know it all. Trust me on this. They need fresh supplies, fresh food, fresh everything, pretty much. Not only that, but that's the macro. And I might not be eloquent in saying what I was trying to say, but on the micro level, you know what's been going on in stores? You see how VeChain has like these little things they stick on the stuff? Not just you could just scan it, but you could track things. You could track things. You don't need people going in your store and, you know, you get what I'm saying? I'm trying to convey that without saying too much stuff because on YouTube, they're very strict right now. But yeah, maybe you put a little QR code on there and get the information off there, but also it's a tracker. Traceability is going to be huge. Small businesses are going to need that more than anybody because people are going into small businesses right now. And this is a big problem. You saw what Walmart is trying to do in order to combat that, right? But why is that happening? Because the world is in a harsh economic state. So small businesses will leap at the easily issued and controlled traceability of something that could be issued on an offering like Stronghold, which is running on Stellar. And once again, I think Stellar could do it outright, but hey, it doesn't make a difference. Stronghold, Stellar outright, Velo, EveryNet, doesn't matter to me, but they're all going to get in on it. There's going to be a mass scramble. Hence, this is why I said everything happens in degrees and that there's a tsunami. That's the capital coming from the central banks. But then there's the floods. And the small businesses would be one of the initial floods of capital that could send that price going up. No guarantees. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Just my humble opinion. I'm just a humble researcher. But this type of article gets me excited. Once again, I'm just going to tell you the title because I just covered what I felt about it. Startup Essentials, 3 factors to consider when selecting a payment processor. Let's move on to another one here. All right. So then you have this little post here from Bit, right? Bit works with Stellar in a variety of different ways on CBDCs. They won a CBDC contest. They placed high in another CBDC contest. I think they also worked with Stellar they were trying to do the CBDC in Brazil. They didn't win that one, but they came very close. And obviously they curry some respect, which I think is going to bring in a lot of partnerships. But they have this little post here and it says this: Bit's digital currency management system is innovative, inclusive, secure, private, resilient, fast, interoperable, scalable, and configurable to drive wide adoption of digital currencies across the financial ecosystem. They're looking to dominate. I love this. This is what I want to hear. I want to hear why you're the best on Stellar. I want to hear why you're going to push Stellar all around the world, why you're going to dominate. Then they have a little chart here, right? And they go into a lot of details. Remember, folks, this is not for retail. Bit works with the big money, mostly, right? They have Bit Solution for issuer control, Bit Solution for compliant with sound IT architecture principles, Bit Solution for to safeguard monetary efficacy. They're very serious. I'm interested to see what's going to be coming in the next few months, because Bit has been very, very fired up, for lack of a better word, as of late. Bit Solution for macroeconomic monitoring. Look at everything that they can provide. Then people wonder why these governments and banks want digital assets. The amount of data that they can collect, the amount of data that they can utilize, the capital that they can save, the capital that they can loosen up. I mean, it's a win in every possible direction. And yes, I firmly believe that a lot of capital is going to flow through the bank coins outright. Yeah, sure, they're going to function in the background, XLM in the background, XRP in the background. Yeah, sure, they're parts of the engine. But I also think because of a lot of different wallet offerings, and because, once again, these banks are primed to backstab the people. They're primed. Anything goes wrong, you get bailed in. Oh, but even though we're going to bail you in, you can't use your credit card or your debit card to buy crypto, even though it's your money. What? Wait until the people start feeling that pressure a little bit more. It's a little bit more widespread and you can't escape it. And it's going across social media that somebody got bailed in, or now the people can't use this card. They want to buy crypto. And yeah, they're not feeling it yet. They're not feeling it yet. But wait until the next bull run. Yeah, that's when it happens. The next bull run, the people are going to wait. They're going to want that crypto money. They're going to want crypto money. They're going to want NFT money. That money's going to be huge the next bull run. Everything is going to be popping off. No, the bank coin. I'm talking about the bank coins. And it's just my humble opinion. It's not a guarantee. It's not financial advice. All right. Let me say that again. Just my humble opinion. But they're going to want a piece of that. Guess what happens? They go to buy some crypto and their bank says, nope, you can't use your card to buy crypto. And they're trying it. It keeps getting declined. Then they have to call the bank and the bank tells them, no, you can't use it to buy crypto. They're going to be upset, bailing or something like that. That next bull run, they're going to not just want the money. They're going to need the money. No, you can't buy NFTs. Not from our bank. Our bank doesn't allow that anymore. And most of the people don't know. They're going to work. They're tired. They don't have time to read these types of documents. And this is not being reported on the mainstream media. No, there's not. They're going to talk about some award show and some dancer did this and nonsense. That's what they're going. That's what they cover. So the people won't know until they go to use their card or until they get bailed in. They look at their account and their money is gone. Then they will turn on the banks and they will come to us. Maybe I'm wrong. You tell me, am I wrong about that? That there's a possibility. I'm not saying that's a guarantee. I'm saying there's a possibility. If that happens, those prices are going to go kaboom. And I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I'll take the bank's money, but I'll take the money outright also. If it comes to that. Never underestimate so-called elite's ability to fall on their sword. Never underestimate that. All right. But I'd like to see this from Bit. This was interesting, right? So then let's close out here. We're going to close out with this. I'm going to make this a short one today. I'm trying my best. VeChain, one of our utility coins. VeChain, yes, yes, yes. They made this little tweet here. They've been dominating quietly. And I say that every time I say someone's dominating quietly, I always think about Stellar. But VeChain's been quieter than Stellar, even though they've been going absolutely insane with partnerships and deals. Are you seeing their ecosystem? Look at that ecosystem picture. It's unbelievable. Wait until there's regulatory clarity. And they're being used outright everywhere. What do you think is going to happen to that VeChain price? That V price is going to go insane. Just my humble opinion, but let me read you this partnership. This is just one. It says, our new partner, Boston Consulting Group, top 2 U.S. global management consultant, 25,000 employees, $11 billion annual revenue, billion. Offices in 100 nations. It says focused on building hashtag ESG and SDG hand in hand with hashtag VeChain and Veet. We're building the future of sustainability. This is a massive partnership. Good job, VeChain. That's what I'm talking about. See? Good job. All the utility coins doing a great job. You notice that? Notice that? We pick winners over here. VeChain doing a great job. Algorand doing a great job. Stellar, Ripple, Quant, these companies. See, you have to know the leadership of the company. If you know the leadership of the company and you see that they have a brilliant mind and they have some fire in their belly, they have some experience. You do want some experience. It's not everything, but it's significant. You want experience because we need to know they can close deals. And if you have a persuasive speaker like Sylvia McCauley, that's even better. It's persuasive speakers like Sylvia McCauley, Gilbert Verdian, Stacey Wharton, Brad Garlinghouse as well. Let's put Brad in. Don't leave Brad out. When you know the team that's running the business, then you can foresee some of the money that's going to be made, some of the partnerships that may be landed. You can glean the potentiality. That's all we're doing here. We're looking at cause and effect. And it's been boding well for us, wouldn't you say? These utility coins, these bank coins have been doing a great job, in my humble opinion. And as far as traceability, there is no one better than VeChain. They've got makeup companies, farms, production, food production, processing plants. Like the shoe people, what do you even call those people that make the sneakers and shoes and high-end shoes? They had a few in Italy, right? Now I think they had a hospital they're working with also, right? I know Algorand had one. And I think VeChain has some hospitals they're working with also with traceability. They're doing it all. Or at least they have some offerings that are using VeChain. Now you have this. Don't take my word for it. I could be wrong on certain things. I may get certain information. I can mix up information from time to time. I have so many thoughts, but I'm just bringing it to you so you can do your own research, so you can look into it. You can see it for yourself. Then you make your own decisions. Make your own decisions. Have a free mind. Always make your own decisions. Protect yourself at all times. You know, be safe out there. Be safe out there. I'm just a humble researcher, nothing more. And I share a few thoughts. So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? Monday is tomorrow. We're going to hit the ground running. We're going to have another successful week. We're going to conquer. We're going to make more money. We're going to close more deals. We're going to learn more. If we're in a school, if you're in a class, if you're just reading books, we're going to learn more. And we're going to become better than we were yesterday. Yesterday is nothing. We're going to be better each day. Juggernaut status. Unstoppable. No arrogance, all in humility. This is just internal. We're fueling ourselves internally with this energy. We don't need to say anything to anyone because then that becomes arrogance, right? When it starts coming out of your mouth. No. We're fueling ourselves up. We're getting ready. We're gonna make an impact this week. Nothing can stop us at work. Nothing can stop us in the classroom. Nothing can stop us at the gym. I refuse to be stopped. I refuse. They're gonna have to lay me 6 feet to stop me anywhere. You too. We're going side by side like warriors. Nothing can stop us. That video game you're building, we're gonna improve it. Maybe we shear up the coding a little bit, textures a little bit more. Whatever it is we're doing, we're going to be the best tomorrow. So get your sleep tonight. Not advice. This is not advice. Don't do anything I say. Not advice. Do what you want to do, but get your sleep tonight. Eat a hearty breakfast in the morning because we're going to conquer. That's how I feel. So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, let's get to the money.